Morning, people. So just a general rant today. Let's see if I can get this done in 15 minutes. I see a lot of different topics covered in the activist, conspiracy, truther realm, whatever you want to call it. I want to go over a few of those today and see if we can make some sense out of how they all tie together. If you believe that the main problem in the world is private central banks, how they've been forced on country after country after country to loan those countries their currency at interest to keep them perpetually in debt and beholden to the agendas of those that own those private central banks. If one looks at it realistically, it's not all about Israel or the Vatican or the Rothschilds, the Swiss. It's certain individuals from each of those entities at the top that wield the power. Is every person in Israel a bad person? Fuck no. If you believe that, you're just a fucking racist, period. Is every Catholic evil, Satan worshiper? No. Do I believe those at the top are? Absolutely. So we all fall into the trap of generalizing certain groups and forget that it's certain entities in those groups, and compartmentalization occurs in every one of these situations. All it takes is the people at the top convincing those doing their bidding that certain aspects of their agendas affect their personal life, how they will affect it negatively if they don't do as they're told, and people will fight to the death for it. And that's all it takes to get these conspiracies rolling. You just got to convince certain key players at every level that if you don't do this, well then this will happen and affect your life in a negative way, or your children's lives in a negative way. And people are off and running. They'll do it. They don't stop to think. There's a lot of good people that end up doing bad shit unwittingly because they think they're doing good. And they're just unable to see the evil that men do at the top and get them to do their bidding for them. If you believe oil is the main problem in the world that causes all the evil. And 5 years ago we had peak oil was the problem. We were going to be running out of oil. Oh shit, it was going to be $800 a drop. And now it's a glut on the market and it's $30 a barrel. Go figure, It's what they want it to be. If you believe education is the problem, that our school systems are nothing more than conformist training centers to pump out button pushers, to indoctrinate people into the prison system, to not ask questions, follow authority, don't think for yourself, follow the social agenda, conform. All goes back to the same people. They all run the banks, they all run the oil, they all run the education system. If you believe the media is the problem, that all the social conditioning through movies and TV shows and music videos and the news and whatever else you can think of is the problem. Feeding people full of propaganda, further indoctrinating them into the agendas, constantly pumping negative, evil, derogatory messages into people's heads, conditioning them to worry about you and only you. All goes back to the same people. If you believe religion's the problem, again, I mentioned the Vatican. I mentioned Israel. I don't believe all Jews are evil people. I know some of you do. Honestly, when I look at it honestly, if that's what you believe, then you're a racist, in my opinion. I know what the books say, but there are certain people that interpret certain things their own way. That doesn't mean every Jew wants to use a Gentile, whatever. And if they do, that's their fucking bad. Couldn't care less. I don't think all Catholics worship Satan, push evil agendas, murder children. But I think those at the top do. So if you think religion's the main problem, no matter which religion it is, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, it all goes back to the same people that use those religions to their agendas to pit people against each other. If you believe the healthcare system is the problem, constantly pumping drug after drug after drug into people, making them pay ridiculous prices for it, while they suppress natural cures and, in fact, imprison people for using them. Constantly rob people of their hard-earned money to donate for cures for cancer that they can never seem to find. Every year, we hear about this new, this cure for cancer, oh God, trials are positive, and then it just disappears. Never seem to hear about it again. But you always hear, give more money for the research. All goes back to the same people. If you believe the environment is the problem, if you believe this bullshit global warming, man-made climate change is the problem, not just another manipulation tool, money-making tool, power play tool, all goes back to the same people. Manufactured crisis to gain control, to make money, to take rights, to make people subservient, to guilt people, to now make people feel guilty for using the very products they have pumped into your head and propagandized you for years that you need, that you have to go out and buy this. This is the latest new thing. Go buy it. Go buy it. Oh, but now you caused global warming, you evil bastards. Now you're going to have to, oh God, you're going to have to cut back. You've got way too big a carbon footprint. You were too good of a consumer. Now look what you've done, you assholes. But don't worry. Leave it in the hands of the very same people that pushed all that shit on you and convinced you had to have all of it, that you had to have that Suburban and that Expedition, those big ass SUVs. Well, now you're bad because you've destroyed the environment. What's wrong with you? Now you need to be shoved into a city, into a bunch of Cracker Jack boxes and ride bicycles. Now you really have to be limited, but just don't worry, we'll take care of it. We're in control, just give us all the control now, and we'll take care of it. All to those same people. If you believe terrorism is the problem, how these governments use proxy armies like Al-Qaeda, Al-Nusra Front, ISIS, how they're all CIA, Mossad, KGB, factions, proxy armies. All goes back to the same people, constantly promoting these wars, these proxy wars, through the use of these proxy armies, where they convince people to go out and die because, again, they convince them in one way or another. If they don't, well, evil is upon them and they'll die, whether it be defend their religion or they'll be attacked, or the evil infidels. The evil infidels will come and get you. Which would be me to, any Muslim fighting over there. Like, I give a fuck and I'm really gonna go kill them for what? You know what, you live your life, I'll live my life. I'm cool with that. If you believe either the original feminist movement or this new one, if you believe the original feminist movement wasn't just a way to double the tax base, on top of giving the government-controlled education systems more influence over your children, because now mom and dad are both inundated, tired, distracted from work, so they have less time to spend with you, to connect with you, to teach you morals and values. Instead, the state is now your caretaker. The state is God. Whatever the state says goes. It takes a community known as state to raise your child, along in concurrence with the new feminist agenda, so they can draft your daughters into war and kill them off too. Well, that all goes back to the same people as well. So they got you to double the tax base, get them that much richer while disconnecting from your children, so they're easier to control while they shove devices in their face. I mean, they're just silly putties in their hands now. Which leads me to the flat earth. I've made no secret about how I've used the flat earth towards my agenda. Now, that's not to say I don't believe it, but there's a specific agenda I've used the topic for to try to get into people's heads. You cannot believe in the flat earth and believe that these governments are actually at war with each other. If they are in cahoots to hide the shape of the earth from you, if all these space agencies, all these pseudoscience experiments, government funded, are there to keep you from the truth, deceive you, then they cannot be at war with each other. It has been my standing from the beginning. They are all working from behind the scenes. So, when this World War III that is going to kicks off, if you think it's not about sending our troops, overextending them all over the world, and setting us up to be invaded, and Russia, China, United States, England, all these countries aren't working together, all this cross-training with NATO and Russia and China. We've had China flag flown in Washington State on May Day. We've had Chinese troops training in Washington State, Russian troops training in Colorado. If you think this all under the guise of terrorism or natural disaster, if you think this all isn't in relation to World War III and us being invaded, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I would definitely reconsider if I was you. At least consider the possibility they're all working together and orchestrating the invasion of this country, because they cannot get American troops to take your guns away.
Because the worth of the idea.
That's yet another reason why the flat earth is an important topic. It all goes back to the same people at the top.
Can be the smallest thing in the world. A little flame that you hunch over and cup with your hand and pray will not be extinguished by all the storm that howls about it. If you can hold on to that flame, great things can be constructed around it that are massive and powerful and world-changing. All held up by the tiniest of ideas.
The problem was, she had a little black book, and my name, it was written on every page. Well, girls gotta make ends meet, especially down on Jubilee Street. Practice what I preach. These days I go downtown in my time tales. I got a fetus on a leash. I am alone now. I am beyond recriminations. The curtains are shut. The furniture is gone. I'm transforming. I'm vibrating. I'm glowing. Yeah, look at me now. I'm transforming. I'm vibrating. Look at me now. Yes, I am flying, I'm vibrating, look at me now.
In the end, I'm not interested in that which I fully understand. The words I have written over the years are just a veneer. There are truths that lie beneath the surface of the words. Truths that rise up without warning like the humps of a sea monster, and then disappear. What performance and song is to me is finding a way to tempt the monster to the surface. To create a space where the creature can break through what is real and what is known to us. This shimmering space where imagination and reality intersect. This is where all love and tears and joy exist. This is the place. This is where we live.